Where did it all go wrong?
It's been a year since AlphaDream announced bankruptcy. If you don't know who AlphaDream was, they were a second-party company for Nintendo, who mainly developed for the Mario and Luigi RPG series on handhelds. The games are close to lots of people's hearts as they grew up with them. You'd think if it was a good series and it worked on Nintendo, it would go on forever. But as you heard, it didn't. The news came to surprise many, but in hindsight, it was obvious. Their most recent game, Paper Jam, was considered to be one of the weakest of the series. Though it wasn't a bad game, the others were just that good. Of course, since people said it was an okay game, most people missed out on buying it, so they lost a lot of money. They, of course, needed to make the money back, so someone said, hey, why don't we remake a game? So they did. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions, what a mouthful. Bowser's Minions being a new side game focusing on Bowser's Minions. And while it was complete ass, the original game was still there and still great. Since the original game couldn't be played on a 3DS, as it was a Game Boy game, this was for many people their first experience with this game. The game sold better than Paper Jam, so success? However, for whatever reason, they made another remake. Some people were pretty disappointed, and I get it. Some people were hoping for a new game. Now, tell me, since they remade the first game, wouldn't it make sense for them to remake the second game? Right? But they chose the third.
Wow, look at all the sense it's making! Awesome!
And I mean, they got a good reason. The second game sold bad. Really bad. And the third game sold good. Really good. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey, was a controversial remake. People really like Bowser's Inside Story. To some, it's a perfect game. So to remake a game that's perfect to some people is gonna be hard. Some people love the sprite work of this game, and so do I. It's so smooth and nice looking. And I'm gonna be mean here, but the modern sprite work just gets boring after a while. I miss having new sprites every game. But I mean, the new ones are fine and... Wow, that sounded something like a spoiled child would say. I promise, I'm not. I'm gonna be real here. Remaking this game was a bad idea. Why remake a game that's perfectly fine, instead of remaking a game like Partners in Time? That could use reworking. In the end, it doesn't matter. It ended up selling terribly. The worst of the series. AlphaDream then later declared bankruptcy. It's been a year. Maybe Nintendo might buy them, but it's been a year. I wouldn't hold my breath. But I mean, if they did, that'd be pretty weird. That'd be like being born on the anniversary of your dad's death. And even though that's scientifically impossible, just let the metaphor be.
Wow, look at all the sense it's making!
Awesome!